Welcome back once again, my friends. This is Hambbage, and we're ready for some more hardcore vanilla Minecraft. I'm so glad you guys tuned in. I hope you're having a wonderful day. If you're waiting for the second these things come live, it should be sometime kind of mid-morning on Friday, the 11th of June, and that means that at some point I'm very likely going to be at least releasing videos same day. I expect that will happen either late tomorrow or Saturday, depending on how much content I create today and if I start spreading that out at all. Currently, I made 3 videos yesterday, and those all went hour after hour, I think starting at 8 a.m. Mountain. So we're up to about 10 a.m. Worth of content, but I don't know. We'll see how things play out, and either late Friday or Saturday will be when we get all tuned in. But enough of all that. We have found ourselves in a new biome with a mine. It looks. We don't have all that stuff yet. Hey, let's look around here. So I believe these are the axolotls, the copper ore. Maybe that's the deep slate. I don't know, but it'll be or deep slate cobble. These are the dripstones. We found them. Check them off the list. What I don't see in our little spinny screen, and that we don't have to sit there and watch for it. We're gonna go find our own. We haven't found any amethyst yet. That's the real secret. So we'll watch here. I've got a fresh cup of coffee. Ooh, it's hot. Yeah, well, I was at my sister's. Lots of coffee. My sister's is and always has been a big hot tea person. She's never really been one to enjoy the coffees as much, but my brother-in-law and I, and even my nephew started drinking coffee well before I ever did as a kid. You know, they do up the whole milk and sugar bit, all that, and had that going. Me, not so much, but it certainly worked out. I think let's put a little bit of this just regular stone away. Still not sure if we're going to use the bed too much. I think we can stash the fortune pick for a bit now. And the shears. Until we need it, I don't think we're going to harvest a bunch more of the glow stuff. And even though we've got a lot of durability left, let's switch out picks just so we have extra inventory space. All right, I think we are good. The only remaining question is surface or mine? Let's go to the surface first. We spent not much of either, but we spent a little more time in the mine yesterday. So let's get up here and see what we can see. So again, for folks that haven't seen, through the nether, we traveled about 2,500 blocks from our base, and it was actually... Let's just get our bearings here again. I don't really yet have a feel for which way things head. Coming out of this base, don't get me wrong, if I see the sun rising or whatever, I have a pretty good idea of how to then resolve out the directions. But if we leave our original base, I know. Okay, big ocean is. Oh, what is this? Is this the amethyst? Let's investigate around it first. our first look. Oh! Our next first look. It matches my armor. The camera doesn't do us a lot of good here. Go this way. We get up. Yeah, whatever. Well, this is pretty amazing. Oh, hey. I saw you. Naughty. Naughty gravel. So, does this mean that amethyst is like a surface level deal? And it would be up high. I mean, this seems huge. It's much bigger than I thought it was going to be. And what is that stuff? I don't know that I really want to break this one. It's my first one. How far back does it go? And are these like quartz in the mix? Can we now get nether quartz in the surface? I guess by that point it's just quartz blocks, so maybe. Wow. Oh, I broke one. I'm sorry. What did I pick up though? Smooth basalt. Interesting. Now, was that something that we used to be able to craft with our nethery basalt? No. Nope. Getting sloppy. Stuff is just huge. I can't believe it. Maybe it's not the best plan to try to expose the whole outside of it. Hmm. More gravel down here. What does this do to? Oops. Oh. so awesome to be finding all this new stuff. Oh, okay, that's what I kind of wanted to do. Because I knew we had that whole area. So let's not put a torch there. Let's put a torch there. I'm standing inside a crystal. Oh, shh. Hang on a second. It's like in Big when Tom Hanks, or whoever the little kid is, I guess it's Tom Hanks, is in the toy store and he's playing on the big foot piano. Oh, it's like wind chimes. Oh, this is definitely awesome. But I do definitely want to leave this one as the very first amethyst node I ever discovered. Now, can I do better here? Oh, and it matches my awesome outfit. Let's, yeah, that's better. Perfect. Perfect enough. All right, we're off. Now, I got in from below all this. Oh, let's get our tools back. Let's get all this coal, because we're going to have to go back and retorch up before too long. Here. Oh, man, that's awesome. They're so much bigger than I ever imagined. I was expecting, like, like a diamond node or something like that that would have some pieces of amethyst in it. I didn't know they were going to be like get inside and climb around kind of. Geodes. That is amazing. I just heard my phone ding. I will apologize in advance. And of course, I don't have it right here with me. As I mentioned in the previous video, I've got a PC that is in the shop, and it is one that I've often considered as a possible extra bit of computing that would maybe allow me to do a little bit of live streaming on Twitch. So that's exciting, and the guy had mentioned that he would be keeping me updated and wouldn't do anything without verifying with me, which I appreciate it. As a business person, I really do appreciate it, but I was kind of hoping he would, and I said, here's my price cap, don't go over it, but do whatever you need up to that point. That he would just do it. But if I apologize in advance if I get a phone call today. I've got the volume up. I'm not even gonna just do my natural assume it's a spam caller unless there's some more dripstone, but it's like low down. That's weird. So that can be all over the place. Very cool. All this is going to end up being together. So we've now added the amethyst, which I was really excited to see to our list. I did not, as I kind of had mentioned, but it's always a temptation. I did not look to see anything about um, the copper and using it in construction. So I have no idea yet, um, if I can turn those into like copper sheets or something like that that I could then use on my buildings. Stop it. But I know one thing. I'm grabbing all the coppers. And of course now my phone is just going off. And I had a bunch of my friends went to a show last night that I did not go to. It would have been a blast. It was outdoors at a venue called Red Rocks in Colorado, which if there's any music fans out here and you like to check out some of the awesome venues, if you travel at all and see shows on the road occasionally, I would put Red Rocks up there with any. There's certainly ones that are equal to it, but uh, the setting and the acoustics are absolutely incredible. And so it was one of those I'd kind of decided long before. Yeah, I think I'm good on this one. One of those things that I talk about a lot is the power of learning to say no for yourself. You find pretty quickly that once you've learned a bit of self-denial, um, you actually start appreciating things a little bit more. And so this has been a concert. It was, it's an artist I like. Maybe not in the arrangement I would have chosen above all others, but would have still been wonderful. And the night last night was just beautiful. So in terms of going to an outdoor show, you couldn't have asked for a better night. It had been in the 90s, but by showtime it would have been dropping through the 80s, probably down into the high 70s by the time it wrapped up last night. So just amazing. And when I was out, after I recorded the last video, I did go outside for a bit. I can't remember if it was my last break or at that point that the clouds were just kind of fleecy out in the distance, but they were just getting that last bit of sun, so they were like this just golden gold color, yellowy golden gold, and were really amazing. Not like jaw-dropping sunset, just pretty and beautiful. I was like, yeah, that's very nice. And so this morning before I got started, I just reached out to people like, hey, how was the show? All that. And I was probably a little early. I mean, if I'd been out at a concert or something, I would have been hesitant to be up quite this early. But I know, one of my friends is totally a morning person, and the others, you got to get back up and go to work. It's part of a weekday concert. But at the time, part of it had been we'll see how things go. I'm not gonna lay out a bunch of money for a show and then find that, COVID, whatever, this was, went on sale pretty early. They'd said that the venue would be open, but you didn't know what that meant, if it was all going to be masks, how quickly the vaccine and everything would be made available to people. So it was still very questionable at that time. But since then, it's getting a little like, oh, I missed these. It's getting a little bit easier, and along the ways we said, oh, there's still tickets. You can go get some. They released a bunch more. And I was like, I don't know. I'm coming back from a road trip. I may actually be getting back into town that day. I'm not going to be there. Well, yes, I actually made it back into town on Tuesday. And, of course, the one friend that was kind of like, yeah, let's go. Well, hey, there's still tickets. Send me the link and all that. And I thought about it. I was tempted, but I was like, you know what? I decided I wasn't going to do this show. There were some others later on that I was like, yeah, maybe I'll do that to see friends. But I just said, look, back when I didn't know any of this, I'd said I wasn't going to do that show. I shouldn't change my mind now, just because I got back in time and there's still tickets available. That wasn't the only reason that I'd said no. I was trying to pace it out, and you'll find as an adult, you just can't justify going to every single instance of every show, even if they're artists that you really enjoy. It gets ridiculously expensive, so you do need to pick and choose a little bit. And so I kind of belatedly decided that no, I am going to hold to my guns and not worry about seeing this one. And I was really happy I did, because after the vacation and getting back on Tuesday, and I'd come back particularly quickly to try to watch the hockey game, and that went. I walked home. What I'd had, kind of sports bar, restaurant food and beer and all that kind of stuff, which I like. I like, but it's not the kind of stuff that you then sleep on well, especially when you don't eat it as much as you used to. So, was my little bed right over here? Did I just walk right by it? So I hadn't slept all that well that first night. First night back in your own bed, you're keyed up and excited and all that. And then, of course, the next morning, I wanted to get up. I wanted to walk over, get my car, and do the... Yeah, we got to make this more visible. Do the walk around in the neighborhood in the morning, and then get back and do some videos, and all that stuff was just itching at me. So I was like popped up out of bed, ready to go, and it's iron. There's the cup. Oh, might as well cook the iron too. It took me a bit to kind of get out of that mode and back into just a I know I need to stack at least the coal. I want to save that. And I think I'll bring back some of the stone too. So what was I saying? Yeah, so last night, after I recorded the the video preceding this one, it was a longer one. Because I just got down here, I actually ended up going like 2 full hours. I was looking at the clock and I was like, oh yeah, it's I'm realizing now we've already gone really over. And then I still came back and set up this little area and was like sorting the inventory and all that kind of stuff, and just so excited for all the new content. I kept going, and it got to the old video length, but no regrets. I hope you guys stuck it out, because it was a blast to record. It's always fun to start getting that new content going again. Just enjoying being. Not that I wasn't. I hope I reflected in the previous videos how much I enjoy playing Minecraft, whether there's a new update or not. I love it. The game's awesome. So. Certainly wasn't. Oh man, this saved it. I was ready to walk away. No, none of that. But that doesn't make Christmas morning any less fun when when everything's piled up under the tree. Okay, I want to hang on to that just a sec because we've still got all this cooking to do. 4 more there. We gotta make the torches, not just put away the. That's an odd little split. Alright, we are torched. I'm gonna take all these with, because we're in full-on exploration mode, and I think that's pretty good. We've got pork. Oh, we do have more steak. Okay, let's load up on that too. And well, you know what? We should just take that. Just in case. Alright, let's get this in hand. Again, not expecting that that's gonna light the world on fire. I guess we save the lightning rod bit and maybe put those around our friendly village back by base and just see if it takes care of it then. I don't know. I don't know what to do yet on all that, but glad. Okay. Oh, beautiful sunflowers. All right. Now, I'd hoped to get on over to that desert-y bit, but the cave was so cool. But now we kind of know what to look for on the outside of those caves. It's the smooth basalt. It kind of makes the geode shell. And now I'm guessing by the oh, hey, we got another village. I'm guessing by the snapshot thing, maybe the axolotls are only in underwater or underground water. Maybe it said they were amphibious in the game notes, so they can probably flop around on the ground and stuff, but maybe they are confined just to the underground levels. Look at all these temples. The other thing I would like to discover, if I can, is if the new build height rules come into effect in this version, or if that was in the part 2. there. Does it seem like I missed a step somewhere? Why? Whatever. We're going to build our stairs out anyway. Get rid of you. Oh, you know what? In that last temple, I don't think I ever... emeralds? Diamonds and emeralds. And punch 2. Which, just golden. Just golden. Alright. Plop you down. Let's go with blue. Why did that have so much junk in it? This was from when we blinged out the at the train station. I don't know how I never saw. Oh man. Okay, what did I do? Let's take back the things that we're actually gonna get more of. Try to dump. How do we have more? Did I put those in there? Huh. You can go in there. You're sort of unique. Put a full block of stones in there. That's enough. The rest of it we'll sort out later. Okay, so blue chests, not... I don't know why I didn't follow the prescribed method for storing. And I don't know why I have these random bits of wood. Let's... just for the sake of inventory, let's turn all these into sticks. Okay, now in our blue box, we can put all the stuff that will stack and that we may keep finding more of. Good? Good. Okay. You two, and last but not least, did that change? Is the little fuse, or have I just not looked at the top of TNT in a while? I kind of think that changed. Alright, now, I guess I still need this. Those away, and let's actually put this away for now. Okay. Still a little torn, but I know it's a waste. I think we'll go ahead and sleep. we're trying to explore as opposed to deal with the lightning. So I think that long term, that's just kind of a waste, right? Because creepers and whatever's going on with the lightning rods, I don't know that we can do that with a trident as opposed to a storm, but just like all the other advancements, I mean, we don't have to race through these. We're gonna get there. We're gonna keep plucking away at them. Oh, I still haven't looked at how we make the spyglass either. That would be something to do. And then we can start. We have to look at a parrot and like a phantom or an elytra or something. It's a bird and a plane and a building. Maybe a woodland mansion? I totally don't remember what the things were. I got so flustered by okay, we're doing the same thing for 3 different advancements that I kind of stopped paying attention. But anyway, we'll do them. However you want, Minecraft, we'll do it. But I would like to get the spyglass. I think that'd be cool. I don't know if it's an inventory troll. And by that I mean, it just ends up burning. I was like, oh, this one worked out alright, but it really didn't. It ends up not being used enough to justify the space in your pack. That can be a problem. Alright, got some more gold. That's the base. Oh, yeah. Enchanted golden apple number 3 in this world. Fantastic. And a vanishing book. Meh. More gold apples. And the background. Alright, let's get all this goodies. Blop. Let's get all of these. Not going caving. I know, Skelly. It would be fun to play, but we don't have the time. Let's actually get out the yellow box because I would like to store that. Could be the choice that kills me, just so y'all know. Plop, 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 plop. And plop. Alright. Doing good. Yeah, I don't know. I'm like, with all the new content, it kind of feels like I should be carrying that enchanted apple with since we have it, but alright, where are our bearings now? We came from there? Over that little hill? Is that where the village was? We're now facing east. Right? Where's that town and that other... It's just right over that hill, right up there. If I could see just like one building, then I'd know. Alright. Or this means that we're totally going in the opposite direction. I have no idea. Feel pretty lost. Well, that's why we keep wings in our pack. That might be another thing is until this becomes more familiar to us, might be worth trying to set up the lodestone compass and setting that back to our little mine shaft base. I'm very happy though. The extra enchanted golden apple is always nice. So we got the one in the frame. Break in case of emergency. We've got one now. We could certainly use one just ready to go for the wither fight. And we could even eat one as a part of how do we get here. So lots of options. Just kind of cruising around. I like did they clean up the fog a little bit? Now I use just the very base vanilla graphics, as I say. This is hardcore vanilla Minecraft. Nothing. No mods, no tweaks. I mean, they've had the distance fog, but it just seems like that transition out in the distance of that big tree and the others seems smoother to me now. So maybe they worked on just cleaning that up a little bit, where it's not like, you get so far and then it gets another % of clarity coming, and they kind of appear to go in chunks where you reach so far and it's like, oh yeah, that's it. Now it almost seems like they've softened that transition, so for a longer period of time you're experiencing, look, the tops of those trees, you can't exactly see the trunks, but the tree part pops out a little bit more. I think that looks great. Maybe I'm just appreciating the same stuff that I see all the time back in your base. Same way. Should also really try to get into the mountains so we can see about playing in the snow. We need leather boots for that. I don't think we've gotten much leather out of any of the treasure boxes that we've seen so far. Just using the desert to kind of increase our visibility. I guess this is the other question. Will glow squids show up in regular water, or are they like the axolotls? If the axolotls are even like this, where they have to be. Hi. Whoa! That's a pufferfish. Where'd you go? Hey, stop it. Yeah, I wanted to get to these mountains. Come over to this little island for our sleeps, and we'll go climb a mountain. Coffee break. Yeah, I guess we can grab up a lot of this coal, right? But it said mountains were gonna get. Oh, and the goats. We have to see the goats too, right? A little mountain cave. Yeah, they said mountains were gonna be a little tougher to climb. Story checks out so far. We use this water over here. Oh, there's some coal. And some copper. Surface copper. Oh man, I have this crow. I don't know if you guys are going to hear that in the background. There is this crow outside, and yesterday it was just going crazy. Like, dude, chill out, man. We get it. You got a nice tree. I don't know if it's like crow mating season, and that's the hey, lady crows. I'm a real crow. Is probably the crow that I congratulated back a bit for chasing off the hawk, which I have a feeling was the one messing up everybody's cars with a little bit of whitewash, if you know what I mean. Um, I don't know why I'm still climbing all this, because this is just a little like island, right? Oh, I thought those were goats. So I think if I go up that waterfall, that'll get me up to the higher level. Just kind of scouting. Ooh, and we got lots more coal. That should do it. This reminds me of my spawn in this world, where we found so much coal our first day. Anything else awesome? This is quite a tall little island. Give it that. Me oh my. Is that snowy or snow? Is it powder snow? It's glorious. Okay, do we see any goats? See cows? Mountain cows. Maybe that. add another box to our bursting backpack already. What's going on? Come on. Is it the snow? Ooh. Oh, did you see him? Oh my gosh. That was awesome. Hey, little goatie. Hi, little fella. Hi. You just smacked that cow. Crikey. She's a real beauty. Um, you know, it. Stop it, you. Oh, you're gorgeous. Hi. Would you like a golden apple? I don't know what we can feed them, if anything. You're so gorgeous and beautiful. Man, I wish Elytra were a real world thing. It takes so much time and effort to climb a mountain just to see the goats. Hi, buddy. Hi. Oh, that was an awful picture. Oh, is the head shake? Is that when he starts to get angry? Hi. You don't want my apples? You're beautiful. Yeah. Let's get a bare hand. Can I ride you? Would you like steak? Apples? Do we have any other stuff? What else can we give you? I'm not giving you an enchanted golden apple. We don't have any wheat or any berries or anything like that. Alright, well, you're awesome, goat. I truly, truly, truly like mountain goats. They are one of my favorite wild creatures. In part because they do take so much to get to their part of the world, and it's a part that's threatened. Here in Colorado, it's a big deal. We have the 14ers, and folks who don't know where that makes no sense. Those are the 53 peaks that reach over 14,000 feet of elevation above sea level. And for reference, Denver, which is kind of right at the base of where the mountains meet the plains, is at it's the mile high city. It's at 5,280 feet above sea level, or 1 mile. There's a point throughout, and like the baseball stadium in particular has a row of seats that is colored differently to indicate, that's the actual height. And there are parts of Denver that go up that high, so that's where it gets its name. But then if you think you go up approximately, not quite 2 times higher than that, to get to some of the highest, snow-capped peaks above tree line, and they are very popular to hike. A lot of people prefer to actually hike 13ers. And first of all, I would say, if you've never done it and you get an opportunity, you have to have a certain level of fitness. You don't want to just think, hey, this is nothing. I can do it. There are certainly 14ers that are called walk-ups, which are no particular gear or training is required. You have to know the environment you're going into, no matter what. There's so many people that get themselves into trouble because they treat it as, oh, I'm gonna go for a walk in the park, and it is really anything but that. That being said, it is a life experience, and as long as you have a good level of fitness. And you don't have to be a superstar athlete or anything like that. But if you don't have a heart condition, if your doctor's basically cleared you to go do standard normal exercise, then plan ahead and go, ideally go with somebody who's done it before. And you can go up and definitely feel the accomplishment of having, you get a taste. It's not climbing Everest, right? You're not in a world where oxygen is needed or anything like that in the heights that we have in Colorado. But it is that experience of feeling like you're on top of the world, looking in all directions and, looking down on everything. It's amazing. And up there are the last vestiges of habitat that some species have adapted to, and they did so or do so because there is lots of safety. There's no trees, so predators can't creep up on you from a distance. The grasses and sedges and things that do grow up at that level provide good grazing opportunities for elk and the goats and pikas and marmots and all the other cool little critters that make those areas their home in the summertime months. And outside of zoos and things like that, where they're not in their own habitat, you really don't get the opportunity to see those creatures on their own terms without putting in the effort to go to them. And I love that feeling. And the goats are kind of emblematic of that. Bighorn sheep to an extent, but they become much more visible when, in the winter time. They'll come down oftentimes for those of us who ski in Colorado's popular Summit County resort areas going up from Denver. You'll very often see bighorn sheep along the sides of the I-70, the major interstate highway that goes up through the mountains. And so while they're emblematic as well, they're more accessible. You see them more often. You don't have to go out of your way. The goats outside of the mountains are very skittish and shy. They don't want to come down into those areas because they're so well adapted to being climbers. And so their escapability from predators is to climb up the sides of mountains and things like that no other predators can follow them. And then stand on the edge of a cliff, like on a ledge in the middle of a cliff, and nothing can get to them. And that's why you don't see them outside of that environment. But if you get up above tree line and you're hiking around on the mountaintops, they're relatively, they're goats. They're relatively tame like others, and I'm so impressed. I was worried they were going to be like the Hoglins is it in the Nether where they would just be immediately hostile. Everything about them had been, watch out, they'll butt you off a mountain. But that was cool. That was a cool goat. He didn't get, I mean, if I did something mean to him and he came back and butted me, sure, hey, that's your defense mechanism. Go for it. But I didn't do anything mean to him. He didn't do anything mean to me. He wouldn't eat my golden apples. I was kind of bummed. I would have loved to have had a goat friend. But other than that, pretty cool. I think we are now long, as usual. But actually, we might be about close. Hey, baby gray sheep. Um, let's try to get across these to somewhere where we can see a little bit further. Here we go. I have no idea. I kind of stopped looking. We'll put on the wings now that we've got them out and fly back to uh, our base coordinates here in a bit. Because I don't know how much more we expect to see up above ground like this. I mean, we're getting good resources and stuff, but I don't know. I don't know what we'll see. But let's go right by this tree. Ooh, more mountains. We didn't see the cool snow yet, so that's something to look for. Got some flowers. Nice little view. Maybe we'll get a mountainy, flowery look. Okay. Let's save and quit. 1 hour and 2 minutes. The instinct is coming back, ladies and gentlemen. As always, and as I haven't had the opportunity to do it in person as much recently, I want to thank you guys so much for coming and hanging out. I hope you're enjoying the content. I love the comments. I love the feedback. So I really hope, that's genuine enjoyment that you guys are getting a kick out of this. And I hope, having finally gotten to some of the 117 content, that's something that everybody's back to enjoying again. I know we're a little delayed, but it's cool. We'll get there. That's all part of the YouTube experience. So you guys take care of yourselves, just like me. Get up, stretch those legs. I'm gonna go outside for a bit here before it gets too terribly hot. But we'll be back to dive back into this world and continue our explorations on the surface. Once we kind of feel like we're getting that pretty well done in, then we'll go back down into that cave, kind of run through the tunnels a bit more, see if we can find some chests, maybe some more enchanted golden apples, who knows, or anything else that might be in there. So that's the upcoming plan, but you guys take care out there. If anybody needs a hand, remember, it's the greatest thrill to unexpectedly do something nice for somebody else. And until next time, stay awesome out there, guys. We'll see ya. Bye now.